Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 6 of the ESR GT3 series on Assetto Corsa Competizone. I am one of your hosts, Cole McRae, and with me today is the venerable, wonderful Matthew Higgleston. Matt?
My name is X-Wing at Aliciousness.
Hey, no, that is my name. Byron bequeathed that upon me 2 something rounds ago. So you got to get your own.
How about
we're going to do East-West pole names. All right.
torque construction noise?
With yep. Apologies for the lateness on this one. We normally start recording earlier. We had some last-minute problems with our screen sharing software, and it necessitated a switch to something that is potentially a little less stable, but works at least for now. So bear with us. Of course, you know, that's how that kind of thing works. Murphy's Law. Murphy E1 Chuck's Law.
I do believe we have Murphy Ewan.
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, and that isn't working. That never seems to work. Let's just pull this up here.
Chuck.
Go to garage. So currently we have on pole Murray E1 Chuck, followed by Max Simons, Christopher Streppin, James Butler, Ricardo Navone, Andrew Anderson, Johnny Young, right? Wesley Stokes. I wonder if we have a new. Did we have a new player here?
Jay Simpson, Zach Hemstrom. I don't recall them being in this series before.
Hemstrom is definitely a newcomer. Anyway, we'll just put Kaspar Zigermanis, John Barker, Spencer Samius, Zach Hemstrom, Wayne Hutchinson, John Peach, and Javier Perez Torres rounding out our field today at Brands Hatch. Javi P.
Javi P, what are you doing?
What are you doing indeed? So, we have a couple of interesting developments forming. So, currently, you might notice the suspicious absence of one Mike Stoffmeal, and that is because he withdrew from the series due to personal problems, which
esports problems.
Esports problems? Is that it?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Oh, so moving on to bigger and better things.
He decided he was too fast for us.
Yes. Well, that throws a couple of wrenches into our running order. Currently, obviously, that throws a wrench into the Drivers' Championship because he was the Drivers' Championship. With our current leader will now be Murray Iwanchuk, speaking of which, with 216 championship points, followed by Wesley Stokes with 136, and then Wayne Hutchinson with 130. So we have a kind of tight battle for third, what will now be third, with Leslie Stokes and Wayne Hutchinson. Those will be some to watch. Stokes didn't get an amazing qualifying here, so he's going to have to make up quite some room to get back at Murray or even Hutchinson.
Murray Chew-on Ducks.
Yes, Murray Chew-on Ducks indeed. Of course, that doesn't really affect the team championship because Mike Stoffmeal was on the lowest team because they were a bit of a late joiner. They only were recently a team in round 5 at Monza. So they only have 62 points, so that is going to perhaps seal their fate. There is talk that potentially Ayrton Tobin could get in on this to replace him. I was actually talking to him right before we started streaming, and he sounded like maybe he did just get Assetto Corsa. So that would potentially be an interesting development. We'll have to see.
All right, we got a session countdown.
Yep, looks like we got a fairly strong field of 16. Wayne Hutchinson. I just realized Wayne Hutchinson is all the way at the back, 14th place out of 16. So that puts his potential championship standings here in a bit of jeopardy because we can see finding Wesley Stokes. Wesley's in 8th place, so I made an incorrect prediction earlier. Wesley Stokes is starting in 8th, whereas Hutchinson's got quite a bit of work to do if he wants to try and make up some ground on his on Wesley.
All right, we got a 1-hour race here, everybody. We have fuel and tire change required.
That's correct. This is a single race round. Let's go to that HUD.
Let's go, Murray.
Yeah, Murray Iwanchuk racing the Lamborghini Huracan as usual.
The GT3 EVO.
Yes, quite a promising entry. Quite a promising entry. Very well balanced. Although we do only have two currently running. Let's see if we
And
can.
no Audis.
No Audis. Jack Simpson. Great, another J name I gotta remember.
It's James Simpson.
James Simpson. Jessica.
No, it's James Butler, James Simpson, James Barker,
But I thought.
James Picha,
What happened
James
to Julio?
Perez Torres. Oh yeah, Julio's. My bad. I forgot.
Shout out to John Barker, driving the only Acura or Honda, apologies, NSX in the field.
Ah, same thing, you know.
Although Zach Hemstrom, our only Nissan. This is the first one we've seen in this season so far, going all the way back.
That's a odd choice.
Yeah, going back to Zalder. I've never driven one of the new ones, so I can't confirm what they're like. It does look good though.
They're arguably slow,
Arguably, okay.
but in the right hands, they can be made fast.
Yeah, okay, get a nice look at that bridge.
I love the close-up of the white bread.
With the white bread. Oh, a little bit of stutter in there. So they've got a couple of interesting battles to potentially look up for. We got Max Simons having a very stellar qualifying. He's been shown to be a little unstable under race time circumstances, so we'll have to see.
We'll see who he takes out first.
Yeah, not without willing to without willing to jinx anyone. It might be you, Chuck. We'll see though.
Oh no! Don't take out my buddy. We had a good battle at Catalunya.
Yeah, we did. So
You weren't there.
That's true. Well, let's. Oh my. Apologies for the frame
It's
issues.
lights out.
We're lights out, and we're green flags
Away
waving.
we go.
So we're currently on board with James Butler.
Oh, good. James Butler, good qualifying position in 4th.
Yeah, that's he can be all over the place as far as qualifying goes.
Ricardo going alongside.
Devon making a nice pass. In that classic 488 Italia, or do they still call it the Italia? I thought the 458
No,
was
that was the
Italia.
458. This is the GTB.
Oh, right.
Or no, actually it's GT3.
Yeah, well, the street car is the GTB, correct.
Nah, they don't have street cars, they only have race cars.
Well, I mean, okay. The homologation is special. So, let's take a look at our leaders. Currently, Max Simon's still holding on, although losing some ground to Marie Iwanchuk. Making their way through, I believe that's Druids?
Is that Druids? No.
No. Oh,
Yeah,
that's Sheeny. And then this next one will be Sterling's. Okay, now I know where we are. So, still holding on, although I wonder if he happens to be holding up Christoph, Navone, and Butler. Because they appear to be kind of bunching up. Although they are pulling away from the people behind. Probably Simpson and Anderson and the like.
Going into Paddock Bend?
Yeah, Paddock Hill, one of the most dangerous corners on this whole track. It can catch you by surprise fairly easily.
It catches me out sometimes.
Oh my gosh, I remember one time I was driving, it was in a lower tier series in touring cars. Oh my god, if there's anything more nightmarish than front wheel drive cars around Paddock Hill, it is nothing. There is no such thing, it doesn't exist.
It doesn't happen, the universe just implodes.
The oversteer is, you could so thick you could cut it with a knife. Meanwhile,
I do like the look of that Porsche.
the Porsche does look good. This is the 991.2, so this is the slightly older one.
No, it's a newer one.
Well, it's newer, so this is the second gen 991.
Newer is relative. It's the same. It's been the same design for 60 years.
That's true. That's a good point. This is the last of the rear-engine GT3 cars from Porsche. We'll put it that way.
Well, maybe not.
Well, the next. Okay, fair enough. But then
I don't actually know.
The 992, which actually debuted at Daytona this weekend, actually did today, or technically yesterday, but ended today. They've moved to mid-engine layout.
It was the same probably the year before too with the RSR, the old RSR, with the straight piped exhaust.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just sounds a little different. They moved the exhaust to exit the side instead of the back.
Yeah, it's true. Let's look at Butler. Oh, that is Simpson going off in the back on
Oh
Paddock
no,
Hill,
Paddock Hill. No,
taking another life. Yes, happens.
that's not a good beach. You don't want to go there.
No, it's very very rocky, very bumpy. Not great for sunbathing.
Come on, Max, twist his dick.
Twist his tape. Give the old dick twist, indeed. Oh, Christopher Streppen breathing up Max Simon's Krev. That's an interesting combination here. Max Simon's in 14th place in the Yep, I got a lisp in the championship. So currently Verstappen just really wants to get by as they come around. Is that Clark? No, wait, that Clark is the
Westfield.
End. Is Westfield.
Dingodell, that's sheer.
I don't really know these corners that well. I just got a map up and trying to figure out where they are at all times.
Yeah, me too.
Shout out to Wikipedia.
Yep. Wikipedia too. I was like, wait, I just Google image searched it.
You got a little speech impediment too.
Yeah. I can't.
Oh, Verstappen giving Simons the boot. Uh-oh. It looks like he had enough and put one in his broadside. Although giving the position back. Although Navone eking out, trying to capitalize on these slow cars. Getting up into position. Simmons trying to slam the door shut, but it's not working. Navone is aggressive, and he has the pace, as he usually does. He wants a chunk of that ass. And it looks like Simmons was able to close the door, which is not something I was expecting, considering his off at Paddock there. Or no, his punt into Verstappen.
We'll see how his speed is impeded by that crash.
Yeah, Butler also trying to have a stab. Verstappen is furious, no doubt. He lost out big just on trying to give his Simmons.
I'd say Max is more mad.
I mean, Simmons didn't lose out much on this. He was losing pace to Iwanchuk regardless. Granted, not as much as he did, but that was quite the event we just saw happen.
I only raced the Porsche once in an online race. Actually, no, I lied. Twice.
Yeah. How was it?
I did that at Zolder when in online race against random people, and then I did it at Zandvoort, where I was like a second faster than I was in the Mclaren.
Wow, Simon's
that was
pulling ahead.
Two races that I did. Oh no, I'll shut up. You go.
No. Simon's pulling ahead. Verstappen wanting to a piece of Navone around Paddock Hill. Navone having to be shoved wide by Verstappen. For Butler picking up the pieces. Oh, looks like there's some animosity going on.
I would say that second one's a racing incident because he was alongside him.
Yeah, that's a good point. It may have
been a late dive, but Navone turned in.
Yeah, that's true. Well, living up to his number, 666. Now he might have to worry about Simpson. Jack Simpson coming up in the AMR Racing Lamborghini Huracan. I've never seen Simpson race before, but it looks like he's setting an okay pace. Currently best lap 126.
At the top of the midfield.
So that puts him right on stock with Barker and Butler, which is interesting because Verstappen and Navone would be slightly higher. So we're going to have a really potentially interesting set of events being set up here. Let's take a look back in the field a little bit. Mr. Hemstrom, what do you got for us? That's not Hemstrom. There we go.
Found it.
There he is. Their cameraman is asleep on the job.
Pressure on Samios.
Yep, Spencer Samios. Oh, Hemstrom going a little bit wide. This appears to be Barker's game to lose. The NSX EVO, as I've said many times before, very composed around corners, so it seems like he's already making up some space a little bit. We have been paying too much attention to this particular fight. This is the fight, of course, for 10th. Hemstrom holding on. Spencer Samios also doing the same. Maybe a little run? Nope, not quite.
He knew better.
Yeah. Gotta say, I enjoy that livery. KCMG, I don't know what that company is, but it's got a lot of...
It's Hong Kong-based racing operation, so it would not surprise me if
Oh,
it's
Zach
still
Hemstrom
dive.
going on the inside of Spencer Samius as they come around Surtees.
Oh,
Oh,
they
completes it.
touch.
They touched, but he completed it, and it was fairly clean. That was a beautiful pass. I didn't see him
Well,
shove Samius wide, but
it didn't look like he's touched. It didn't look like he shoved him wide. Maybe he could have given him a little room, but no, it wasn't. It was a racing incident.
yeah, it seems fairly clean. That was a
Because as you know, when you overtake someone, you can't expect them to give you room all the time.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, that would just be ridiculous.
You got to kind of pass and hope they give you room, and if not, then you got to give them a little space.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's putting the pressure on Barker, immediately making up time on Samius.
Zach Hemstrom, an academy driver in race room.
Is he?
Yeah, that's what that's what Mike tells me.
Wow, putting up a good show.
In his first ACC race, nonetheless.
Yeah. Putting the pressure on John Barker, who, like I said, I believe has a pretty solid car for this track. Obviously, there's some setup changes you can do to make up for that, but...
Brave choice of the NSX.
I love the NSX. Oh, making a dive! Oh! Drew is Zach's playground, but he's not going to give back the spot. That is a dive that doesn't get supposed to happen. Samius trying to make it around the outside of Graham Hill. And they are side by side coming into Cooper Straight as they approach Surtees. Zach is going to take it, and Samius is going to realize what happened last lap and give him that little bit extra room there.
And John Barker is not happy.
John Barker is not a happy fellow. Getting punted down past Perez Torres, Picha, and Hutchinson. Well, not Ann Hutchinson, and Hutchinson as well, Hutchinson.
Come on, Ziggy. Go, Ziggy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Kaspar Zigamanis is now... He's still got plenty of room to make up, but there's not a lot of... That was a surprising turn of events. Hemstrom has to be... probably not feeling too good about that. Although, again, he's making some time up on Samius. Maybe he's just feeling the pressure a little bit and feeling like... Because I've been known to do that before. Make some unexpected dives. Sorry, Mike Magus. I took you out at least once in the last race room race at Zolder.
Oh, we got an admission.
Yeah. Well, I already got
penalized.
penalized.
Is that the Wednesday series?
Yes, I got penalized for it, so... I outbroke. It was actually kind of cool because he was in the middle of two cars that I was... And Ayrton Tobin was behind me, and I was trying to avoid freaking out. And in doing that, I freaked out. And I was...
trying not to freak out. Oh, Samios.
Max Simmons.
Simons.
Simmons going off.
One of them.
Yeah, something with an S.
What happened to him? He fell down.
Looks like he fell down. Let's see if we can pick... Oh, John Butler! What is going on?
Julio Butler.
Julio Butler? Right. Is it James Butler? Damn it. Oh, crap. Oh, I was supposed to rewind. Oh.
It shit itself.
Oh, it looks like he just lost it. So this is a rewind. He looks like he just lost it coming out of Graham Hill into the Cooper Straight.
Or maybe him and Butler collided?
Could be. I wish I could finer control of these replays. Currently, I just got to...
ACC, make an easier director.
Well, yeah, and so here's Butler again. So the Porsches are having a rough time. Hemstrom going for a run on the outside of Westfield.
They were doing so well.
They were indeed.
Actually, that was Hawthorne Hill.
Was it Hawthorne?
Hawthorne's.
Oh, you're right.
Westfield is... Oh. Wait, where? They're somewhere else now.
Yeah, they're coming down. They're coming down Paddock Hill right now.
Paddock Hill, yeah. And this is
it skipped back forward. The replays only last for 10 seconds. So let's have a peek.
Welcome ESR, the world's leading professionals.
Yes. You know who we haven't checked on in a while? Wesley Stokes. How's it going, bud? Chasing down Jacob Young, and being chased by Andrew Anderson.
Jacob Young. That's a new one.
Is it Jake? Oh, fucking hell, John Young.
It's Julio Young.
I hate me. Friggin' what? These J names, man. I apologize to anyone with a J name.
Just stick with one.
Yeah, let's stick with Julio. I'm trying to get better, but I'm talking too fast. Let's go on board here. Right up Johnny Young's crev.
In my first ACC series with My other
machine.
guy, my guy's SSR. I was Bentley, so I know how it drives around this track.
Ooh,
Oh,
that was close.
close.
Johnny Young scraping by the skin of his teeth. Obviously, that
Looks
wouldn't
like
have been
Andrew
intentional.
Anderson's closing in behind him.
Anderson's giving him the pinch in the butt.
He wants a piece of that ass.
He does, and what an ass. There's plenty of it.
Oh yeah, HMS Lee.
The HMS League, love it. So now we got some
Some
potential.
say that when you own some say that when you buy a Bentley, you have to enlist in the Royal Navy.
You already have, I think. Don't you have to register that with the Royal Navy?
No, you have to sign up and enlist in the Royal Navy in order to own a Bentley. So in times of need, they'll just throw your Bentley into the English Channel and invade France
I see.
during World War III.
So we're in an interesting position here. Andrew Anderson's making us up some time Wesley Stokes, but he is the one who has nothing to lose here because he's currently in 12th in the championship, which means that if he can, he's in 7th, so that'll do him well. But if he can make it past Stokes and Young, that'll be potentially wonderful to his end. So he really should take it cautiously and wait for them to make a mistake, as we've seen people doing this race so far.
I've
Oops.
seen a lot of punts.
Yeah, quite a few of those. Meanwhile. Oh, never mind. Just kidding. I thought something was happening, but it wasn't.
Look what I just seen.
What?
Julio Simpson's in 3rd place.
Julio Simpson is in 3rd place. Do my eyes deceive me? What happened there?
I don't know. Maybe it was James Butler or Julio Butler.
Julio Butler?
And Julio Simpson.
Yeah. Oh, Butler, yeah. Butler's in 16th now. So Zigomanis got by Barker and Butler.
I feel bad for Butler. He's not going to be happy.
He's had a really rough stretch of luck these past few races, hasn't he? What was it?
I guess that's what happens when you have a Honda.
It's true. He had a rough race at Zolder when he was launched into the sky on the start of the 2nd race. Barcelona didn't treat him too well.
Just decided to.
They just gave up.
Decided to die, and they decided his car should be flying instead.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah,
I gotta say, kudos to Simpson, his first ACC race with the series.
Yeah, doing very well. Solid 3rd place. Yeah, Butler. Just looking back here, Butler Nürburgring didn't treat him well either. 24th place.
24th, eh?
No, wait. Actually, no. Apologies. That was 24 points. So you actually did well on Nürburgring.
I was gonna say I didn't remember we had that many guys.
Yeah. I was like, wait, what? So averaging around 10th. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Ewan Chuck opening up a 7.8 second lead on Verstappen.
Yeah, looks like the spirit of Stoffmeal exists in Iwanchuk, Mr. Murray. He getting some substantial ground.
I wish I could give you a fight there, buddy.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
because as we know, a battle is more important and more fun than just running away with things.
It's true. So meanwhile,
plus the commentators have more to talk about.
Oh yes, and that's the most important part. Johnny Young going wide, outbraking himself a little bit around Surtees. A little bit of contact. Wesley Stokes, they are going to go maybe 3 wide. Andrew Anderson, Wesley Stokes, and Johnny Young. Nope, not going to happen. Andrew Anderson falls in line. That's a smart choice. Wesley Stokes getting a run on Johnny Young. Let's go on board.
No, back out. You're not going to do it.
It's a touch. Oh, and Andrew Anderson picks up the pieces. Wesley Stokes touches Johnny Young. Let's go back 10 seconds and watch that again. Oh, yeah, just a tippy tap. And Johnny goes around.
I guess it was over ambitious. He didn't realize where his nose was, where it was in the next postal code.
Oh, yeah, that happens. Oh, that's a bummer. But hey, did dost thou not predict the future? Andrew Anderson now up into 5th place.
So he's going to chase down Ricardo Navone.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're going to see that happen too quickly, but it's possible. Really, he should just focus on holding down Wesley Stokes, driving a little bit defensively,
Of
trying to hold on to
course,
fifth place.
Wesley is the founder of the series, so he's gonna have to penalize himself here.
Oh, yeah, it's true. I bet he enjoys that.
Oh, we all do.
Do you think he finds pleasure in penalizing people?
Oh, maybe not other people, maybe himself. It
Oh,
gets him off.
do you think he pronounces it penalizing?
Oh, maybe he is driving the Bentley.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. And his name is Wesley.
We have a battle of the British brands here
Yeah, we do.
at a
McLaren
very
versus...
British track.
Ooh, Stokes having a teeny tiny itsy bitsy look. So Stokes has the pace over Anderson. Let's go on board.
Maybe he was slowed up by Young.
Wait, what?
Oh,
Oh, he just went
what?
by. Let's wait. Whoa, what happened here? Looks like Anderson just went wide. Oh, he looks like he let him by almost.
Maybe he decided he was not going to go around the outside there.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. Maybe he just decided it wasn't worth fighting. Okay, did not expect that. Although that could be a smart choice. He doesn't want to get caught up with Wesley, who's just on his ass the whole time. Meanwhile, Young is quite some ways back. If he can just, he's still got a pretty substantial points return potentially on this. So, meanwhile, Johnny Young meeting up with Max Simons. What was that, Druids? Or what are you at? Yeah, it was Druids.
Looks like he still has some pace after all the collisions.
Yeah, good for him. Making his way into 7th place. Or Max Simon's in 8th. Apologies.
There is a touch of power on understeer.
Ooh, coming around the outside as we come into Pilgrim's Drop. Ooh, this is going to be tight.
Hawthorne here on the Hawthorns.
How aggressive is Simon's going to be on this turn? Looks like pretty aggressive, although he's not getting too close. That's potentially smart. Maybe he's learning from everyone else's mistakes that happen around him.
At Brands Hatch, it's a very difficult track to overtake on.
Oh yeah, very thin, not a lot of space.
Not a lot of stopping corners where you can really hairpins or anything where you can overtake people.
Yeah, as we see right here, Johnny Young is the one who has kind of everything to lose here. Max Simons is, he's recovering. So if Simons can keep the pressure on, and he can get Young to make a mistake, then he can just kind of slip by, which is what we've seen him do in the past a little bit. And as we can kind of see, Brands Hatch is not the most forgiving circuit of all time.
Is it just me or is a helicopter cam giving me a headache?
I mean, I think it would have to be you, because you're getting the headache, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. Never blame the game. It's the player.
Well,
I gotta say, kudos to Zach Hemstrom closing in on these guys.
Hemstrom still maintaining some time, although he did fall back to 9th.
I don't think he fell down. I think he was advancing.
Yeah, right. That was Simpson that was up in 3rd, right? Okay, so yeah, he's advancing. Wasn't he in 11th?
He was.
Oh, that was after Wayne and Spencer had their altercation. Right. I did a replay on that.
Fun fact: Zach Hemstrom is British. He changed his name because he lives in Sweden now, but nobody could pronounce his name, so he changed it to Zach.
Oh.
And he races under the Swedish flag.
Very nice.
I believe there's only one racetrack in Sweden.
I thought there was plenty.
I know there's Anderstorp, I'm not sure of any others.
Anderstorp, Knutstorp, Falkenberg.
I don't know any Swedish tracks.
Bilsterberg. These are all at least Baltic tracks. I don't know if they're specifically Swedish.
I'm not sure.
So as we're coming around, Johnny Young making up some time.
Don't forget, we still have the pit stops.
That's true. We gotta factor that in somehow, don't we?
Let's see if Simpson and Zach Hemstrom remember to go in the pits.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
my English is hard.
Well, if I remember right, wasn't the McLarens that were having problems going in the pits for some reason?
No, it was something about the McLarens not registering that they went to the pits
Yeah.
when
It
they
was,
had.
it was the tires, wasn't it? It was something related to changing half the tires, I think? I don't remember.
Or no, it was only changing tires and not fuel, or fuel and not tires.
Good point.
Fun fact, during the Catalunya race, when I was racing Murray, I was fiddling with my pit stop menu because it didn't say I had everything enabled, but when I went in the pits, as soon as I went in the pits, it was like, oh yeah, you got everything. So I was kind of worrying that it wouldn't register my thing because I didn't have everything set when I thought I did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the interesting thing about all of these sims is that the settings can be kind of bewildering, especially when you're the driver and also kind of the crew chief because you got to configure your own settings. So
because when you're real racing, you have a team of people to change your tires and
yeah, they're doing all the logistics and stuff. You're just turning the wheel and pressing the right pedal, and sometimes the left one.
Or the third pedal.
Yeah, but you use your third leg for that.
Ah, yeah, my bad. No, wouldn't you use your left leg that and your third leg for the middle pedal?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't want to get those crossed.
Might be painful.
Nah. So we're actually seeing something kind of interesting happen. Oops, that is the wrong button I clicked. Jack Simpson maintaining a pace against Ricardo Navone. Navone's been very strong in a lot of these races, but Simpson
As we remember at Nürburgring, he was giving Murray a run for his money.
Yeah, they had a big battle near the end, but Simpson, our newcomer, is doing very well, losing a little bit of time, but not a huge amount. And we see our pit window now opening.
Window's open.
Exactly. So now we get to see that element thrown in there. This is always kind of a question I always pose this when Mike is around. When should you pit in these circumstances? There's a lot of things to consider, but I'm always favor of pitting later and sort of having the fresh tires for the end, but he seems to think the opposite is true. You should pit as early as possible.
Well, I guess it really depends on how you feel your tires are. If you're falling off the pace, then might as well pit right away.
Good point.
Or if you're battling somebody, you can try to get the undercut or overcut.
Let's go on the chase cam. Oh, that nameplate is perfectly in the way, isn't it?
Which one?
The Simmons one.
Oh yeah. I suppose we could take those off, but that would be the settings. But
I like him. Okay, Simmons going around. What is that, Matt? What freaking? Okay, well, coming around. Max Simmons. Oh, Johnny Young dropping two wheels. Zach Hemstrom. Hemstrom is coming up. He wants that. He saw the mistake that was just made. Coming to make a move. It's not gonna happen. I'm not sure how the Nissan compares to the Aston Martin in a straight line. Oh, he's making some really dangerous moves potentially.
Yes, it is pretty quick in a straight line.
I think maybe he's overreaching a little bit, especially coming up to Paddock Hill.
Oh, Jack Simpson in the pits.
Yep, so we have Jack Simpson in the pits as well as John Barker.
Julio Barker.
Yeah, Julio. Fuck. Man, I got problems.
Oh, we all got issues.
Mine are just all J related, apparently. Oh, Simons. What happened there, buddy? I looked away at the map for half a second.
Yeah, he went off, I saw.
Oh, yeah. Simple as that. Although he wants it back. He's not keen on leaving that spot there that easily. That sign again. So
that's Julio Simpson.
Yeah, Julio
Hemstrom.
Julio Hemstrom. So Hemstrom. So our newcomers are actually in very good positions to start out their respective seasons. 7th place for Zach. I forget where he qualified. I believe it was in 11th. I don't remember. Ooh, making move on Johnny Young.
Oh, he's going with Johnny Young.
Ooh, that was a clean pass. Young, I don't know what Young was doing there. Maybe a little bit more defensive. Max Simons wants a peek. He wants some. He's hungry. Oh, going around Paddock Hill. Oh, not going to make it happen. That's good. Good choice. Matt, just so you know, your mic is a little fuzzy. Simons wanting it, going into Druids. Simons might be giving him a nudge. It's barely staying off. Oh, he's still there, still side by side. Let's go to the Helicam for this. So Max Simons in the Porsche behind, next to Johnny Young.
Looks like the damage is slowing him down.
Looks potentially like that. I wonder what could happen if he wasn't damaged, because he'd been off a few times. Oh, giving Johnny Young the tip. Oh, what happened?
It looks like Johnny Young moved across, tried to block. That doesn't help.
Oh, I don't think so. Damn it. Oh, well, I tried with the replay.
Oh, well, it kind of looked like he was trying to overtake on the left-hand side, and then John Young moved over, tried to block him, and paid the price.
Now Young is fighting with Wayne Hutchinson. Hutchinson coming around the outside. Young not having the pace. His car has to be hurting after that. That has to cause some damage. If I was him, I would probably pit immediately to get rid of that. Or as much of that as possible, at least.
Yeah. Ricardo Navone must have pitted as well.
Yeah.
Looks like Murray, Verstappen, and Simons are all in the pits.
Looks like something also happened to Jack Simpson. Back down to 12th after he was in 9th, I believe.
He pit stopped.
Oh, he did. You're right. I was looking at a different car. So now behind Spencer Samius, which sounds about right. And that is halfway. We are 30 minutes into a race. After this action cools down a little bit, we will go ahead and do our halfway overview.
Oh, the CPU is shitting itself.
Yeah. So apologies again for the low frame count. We were having issues getting this screen sharing working. Of course, it was going fine until about 2 minutes before we had to start recording. So you know how that is. Everything goes wrong at the last second.
No, Simpson's in danger of going a lap down, I guess. I see.
Is he?
Oh no, he was Wesley. I saw Wesley behind him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Wesley's pitting. So we now find ourselves in a world where Andrew Anderson is leading the race. He's only got 3 minutes though, so it means he has 2 laps about near enough to pit, seeing as our lap times are around 1.5 minutes roughly. Ooh, Samius making a run out of, I forget what the corner was, but making a run and leaving Simpson for dead a little bit, although Simpson tries to claw it back a little bit.
I don't know if it's just me or is it when Jack Simpson is on the throttle, it looks like he's not all the way on the throttle. Maybe it's his dead zone on his pedals.
Maybe, that could be. Oh, Simpson!
Oh, Simpson overcooked it.
Overcooked it just a little bit. Luckily, you didn't end up in a wall. Yeah, Sheen will do that to you.
You gotta kind of cut the corner a little bit.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. Brands Hatch can be difficult because there's a lot of the back half. A lot of the corners feel really similar. I know that I can certainly struggle with remembering where I am whenever I'm driving in the back there.
I think it's just you.
Okay, well, clearly it can happen to the best of us. Which is me. In case anyone was wondering. I'm so humble too.
You're the best of us?
Yeah. And I'm so humble too.
I don't know about that. I've raced against you.
Well, just ask Mike how he likes being punted in the back.
He likes it from behind though.
Ah, that's why I gave it to him.
Class act.
So here we are.
Anderson's in the pits.
Anderson in the pits. So we'll see if the computer decides to be nice to him. There are only two remaining that have not pitted. Well,
Is Butler and Simons.
Butler was in the pits. I wonder what happened. So Anderson got his pit done. So Hemstrom and Simons are the only two left, aside from Butler. That I don't fully understand what happened with Butler, but I guess we don't get to know. Speaking of Simons, making a move on Kaspari? Calamari Ziga Mantis.
Yeah, Calamari.
Calamari Ziga Praying Mantis.
Ziga Mantis.
So this is gonna be Simon's gonna have to pit here if he wants to, and he's not doing it. So he's. I don't know how the pit system in this game works, but you're gonna be DQ'd, Max. That's not gonna look good, bud.
He should know that.
On this, and let's look at Butler too, because will he get there in time? Yeah, I think so. The question is, does he take it? Does he know he's gonna not have the space or the time to go around again? There we go. Okay, so going back in this time. Meanwhile, Hemstrom. Ooh, Hemstrom.
Oh, no.
He's not gonna have enough time.
No, Zach,
just coming around scene. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Especially considering such a good, wonderful start.
I called it too.
Yeah, you did, didn't you?
I remember saying at the beginning, oh, I hope everybody's going to remember to take the pit stops.
Yeah. This looks like Zach Hemstrom and Max Simons not making the pit window, unfortunately. Meanwhile, Jack Simpson. What happened here? Down to 7th.
I don't know, maybe he messed up his pit stop.
Maybe. That is a surprisingly tricky part of the race. Just getting the timing down is crucial. Maybe overshot his pit or something.
Or maybe he didn't have everything set, so he waited till he stopped.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I don't like about some of these games, is that they will they'll wait for your confirmation at the end. You know, I remember in the older Gran Turismos, when you had a pit stop, you could just set it and then let it sit there, and then when you stopped, it would just accept whatever you had, which could be a little irritating, but I mean, get that extra speed in there. Well, meanwhile, while nothing huge is going on, let's take a look at our standings. So, as per the quali, Murray Iwanchuk in first place, followed by... Actually, let's have you do it, Matt.
We have Verstappen in second place, Andrew Anderson and the McLaren, Ricardo Navon, Wesley Stokes, fifth, Spencer Samuels in sixth, Julio Simpson in seventh, Zach Hemstrom in 8th, but soon to be disqualified at the end of the race. Kaspar Zigamanis in 10th place. Max Simons in 11th. Julio Perez Torres in 12th. Julio Barker in 13th. Julio Young in 14th. Julio Picha in 15th. And then Julio Butler in 16th.
So all our J's, aside from Simpson, are at the end of the field. I just realized that. It's kind of an interesting...
A lot of J's.
Yeah, that's where you deserve. Confusing me with your names that are all the same letter.
Stupid J's.
Stupid J's. What? Yeah. So, we pop on with Jack Simpson putting the hurt on Spencer Samuels. As they come around to Pilgrim's Drop, they don't have very much space between them. What the heck, director? Okay, there we go.
Damn it.
Well, luckily nothing happened. It's Jack Simpson making the moves, but knowing that there's been plenty of opportunities to fail here, so it looks like he's being really careful with his opportunity, which is smart. Like you mentioned earlier, there's not a ton of great opportunity or great overtaking opportunities in Brands Hatch. So It's really important to pick and choose. Be very picky. Or you could put them in a wall. I mean,
Yeah, just take the, what's it called, Byron route
yeah.
to racing.
Speak some Byronese.
That's a good one.
Put him in the wall.
Twist his deck. Oh, Spencer
Oh,
Samios.
Spencer Samios. What
Whoa,
happened?
Drifting into T1.
Uh-oh. Simpson went off a little bit too, so it looks like they're about even, but Simpson still wants a piece. He's hungry. Let's go on board, shall we? If I can figure, there we go. Nope. There we go.
Maybe he's out. Samios, I don't know if the Asset is good for drifting.
Yeah, I don't think so. Someone should tell me he wants less downforce, not more.
No slide force.
So Samius is one of our... Ooh, going a little wide. That's okay, clean it up. So Samius, Spencer Samius is one of our privateer solo drivers. Ooh! Oh no! Oh, but he's gonna pick it back up. Samius has... that was good. Let's watch that again.
He does have damage on the right front.
So, oh, but a nice little slide, and you're good. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. That was beautiful. Hats off to Spencer Samius.
Maybe he is a drifter.
Maybe? Yeah, you just told him that car wasn't good. Maybe he heard you, wanted to prove you wrong.
I ate my words.
Yeah. How do they taste?
Juicy.
Oh,
and moist.
Simpson. Hungry again. Diving on the inside of Druids. Sammy is going wide, not defending like you kind of expected, but that was also an unexpected overtaking opportunity, so fair enough.
He could have had him there.
Yeah, I left a little opening, but Simpson didn't take it. You know, that comes with getting some more experience in this series. You kind of learn how some of the drivers behave and where they like to overrun, maybe. Simpson again.
I don't know if this is Simpson's first race in ACC or it's just his first race in the championship.
Well, I was saying, like, it's at least he's having to learn the driving styles of the other drivers, in this case Samius. As they come into Westfield, Simpson is still all over Samius.
He is faster, you just can't get by him.
Not faster enough. Ooh, making an overtaking opportunity around
Brett.
Sterling's, and that was clean. Oh, but he's still not done. Props to Samius. I thought he was going to give up there. Oh, they got into Clark. Oh, Samius drifting against Simpson, coming around. They merge. They make a car baby.
They become one.
Yes, and Simpson. Oh, Simpson probably should be giving that spot back, I would think.
I don't know. It looked like
Really?
Samios looks like they touched accidentally.
Oh, this is too far back.
It's not gonna get to it.
Piss. Well. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. It looks like the first one was accidental, and they kind of just
Yeah, okay.
racing incidented.
That you could debate, but yeah, that looks like a racing incident.
Because he didn't turn in on him, he was just on the outside, and then I guess he drifted. Maybe he could have given him some more room, but
I don't know.
I don't know.
Samus was taking a very bizarre line. He was very defensive, but also not aggressive enough to actually maintain speed. So I don't know. It could be anyone's game.
he bounced wide. It looked like.
Samus not losing too much time. Only 3.5 seconds off. So he's gonna be
Did do
hungry
it
to get
from
that
60
back.
though.
Yeah, he did. That was impressive. Meanwhile, Johnny Young versus John Barker. The battle of the senior
Julios.
Jays. Yeah. Battle of the Julios. Oh wait, this isn't the battle for King of the Jays. Torres.
What happened to Zach Hemstrom?
Yeah, that's a great question. He's at full two. Oh, he might have just given up. I think he
He
retired.
might have retired.
He retired. He's 2 laps down. Yeah. I mean,
I guess we missed it when he went off or something, maybe.
Oh, he failed the pit.
But he's not disqualified yet.
He will be.
Maybe he knew that and he gave up.
That's what I'm thinking. I probably would. What's the difference between DNFing and getting DQ'd?
Practice.
Good point.
Could have been a test test.
Well, Johnny Young taking an aggressive line on John Barker, but Barker's having none of it. He's like, I've seen this happen before. You're not doing this. Blue flag's waving. For who? Who's getting a blue flag?
Maybe it's a glitch.
Must be. Now coming up to Paddock Hill. Oh, a little bit of freezing there. Apologies again.
Stupid game.
Yeah, stupid Parsec. I don't understand why that was being such a little turd.
It's not Parsec.
It is Parsec.
Oh, before it was, yeah.
Well, so currently, for those who aren't aware, we're using Discord game streaming as our to share the screen so we can both be on board. But the for some reason it stopped being able to allow me to use the director and stream at the same time. So we switched to Discord, which is not as efficient, it appears. We're only getting about 30 FPS right now. And I make no apologies, my computer is not the best ever, but it is definitely capable of running this at over 50. Hey, I'm not. What do you think? I'm made of money? I need a new processor. Fight me.
You could get a new i5 for like 300 or less than $300 US.
I also gotta get a new motherboard and a new RAM if I want to get a new i5.
True.
I'm running a Z197 motherboard.
I have a Z390 on my PC at home.
Yeah. So you just thank your lucky stars you have that Z370.
It's the Aorus gaming Wi-Fi motherboard. I don't know why it's Wi-Fi though.
Ooh, with RGB?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
RGB makes everything better.
It does. It really does.
I have RGB RAM as well.
Do you know they have RGB HDMI cables now?
Oh my god, I want one of those.
They're really expensive, but they look actually pretty sweet.
I need RGB No, what's that word? What's the one I'm looking for? I don't. What's the DisplayPort?
DisplayPort? Oh, yeah. Well, that's so weird. Like, I wonder if it'll work with adapters. Because I heard they're unidirectional, like you can only use them one way. Which is kind of weird, but... yeah, I wonder if they'd work with those adapters. I don't understand why DisplayPort is so popular on motherboards and graphics cards, because... like
it's
right
actually better for gaming.
It is?
That's what I hear.
Huh. Maybe I'll have to look into that. I just know I have a 1080 Ti, so...
1080 Ti, whoa!
So I'm super CPU bottlenecked here, idiot. Cole's not very smart with his computer purchases. But anyway, it has one HDMI 2.1 port and 4 display ports. Like, why not throw some other HDMIs in there? Anyway, not super important. Meanwhile, back in the race, Johnny Young fighting John Barker for 12th place.
That's Julio.
Sorry.
I wonder if that joke's got passed.
At this point, I'm literally just calling them all Johnny just to fuck with stuff. Oh, Johnny Young. Oh, dude.
X-Wing at maliciousness.
What happened, you guys? It was going so well. Oh, Young just tipped Barker. Okay, got it. And not leaving... and leaving the scene of the crime, too. Barker, poor guy, getting the bad end of the deal on all these incidents. It's a shame. Well, now nothing fun's happening here, so let's check on Kaspari. Currently fighting with Wayne Hutchinson as they complete their, start their 32nd lap. I haven't seen enough of Kaspari to really get a read on what his style is like. What?
I have some insight.
What? Oh, on the
Zach
display port?
Hemstrom says,
Oh.
no disaster. I didn't get fuel during the pit stop and the MFD didn't open. I need to learn how to do pit stops. LOL.
Oh, okay, so it was a pit stop error. Makes sense.
Maybe that was why it disqualified it, or it said he didn't do his pit stop, because when he pitted, he didn't get fuel, so it didn't kind of complete his pit
Oh,
stop.
that's a good point. Yeah, I mean, at some point, what can you do? But I really wish you could just set up your pits in the menu, and then when you enter the pit, just have it pick something, or your top one or whatever, just so you don't get strung out on this kind of stuff. Oh well, not up to me. Oops, apologies, clicked the wrong button. On board with Kaspari Zigomanis, chasing down Wayne Hutchinson. Although Wayne Hutchinson himself is tracking down Max Simmons, so we might have an interesting three-way battle.
Three ways are always better.
It's true. Oh, Zigomanis taking Druids very wide. Before attempting any three-ways, make sure to get a note from your doctor. Not too many big battles coming up. The top has maintained its status quo, although Andrew Anderson maintaining 4th place, so he got back by Wesley Stokes. After losing some ground earlier on, it looks like.
He was up in the 3rd place after the pit stops.
Oh, was he? Oh.
I guess Ricardo.
Oh! What happened to Young?
Ziggy.
Or no, Zigomanis. My apologies. I thought it was Young.
Come on, there's only about 30,000 Aston Martins in this race.
Divided by 10,000, yeah.
It's whatever. I think there's only 4 Aston Martins.
You're right, there's 3. Or 4, yeah. Oh man, my brain's fried
Welcome
today.
to Top Gear, the world's leading motoring show.
Yeah. This makes about as much coherent sense as Top Gear, what I'm saying. So everyone's kind of spread themselves out. Not a lot of really tight races going. Racing. Oh my gosh!
We
I
can
need
jump
to.
on board with Wesley and Anderson.
Let's do that.
They're about 4 seconds.
As we pop on board, Wesley Stokes. So he's got 9 minutes to make up 3 seconds. Anderson's been a bit of a mixed bag as far as consistent lap times go, so this could be really anyone's race. Although he is going wide on Paddock Hill, so losing about a second already through one turn.
That's
although no, it's a whole second. He was at 3 seconds down. Now he's 2 seconds.
Wait, are we on the same thing? Cause I see 3 tenths, now he's 4 tenths and 5. Oh no, not 5 yet. Now he's 5.
Oh, okay. Interesting. No. The 3/10 is his lap time. So that's so you're looking where it says 34
yeah,
laps.
I was looking at his lap time.
Yeah, that's comparing his to his best lap time. I'm looking at the bottom left there. So you see Wesley Stokes and Andrew Anderson is plus 1.9 now.
Welcome to Top Gear, world's leading.
We're so professional, ladies and gentlemen. Sponsored by no one, because no one will sponsor us.
Come on, sponsor us.
Please.
NVIDIA.
Although, yeah, Anderson not having a great lap. Stokes not also not having a great lap. Just a better lap than Anderson.
I think it's a problem with the director based on their throttle position. Just look at the bottom right.
It doesn't look completely full, does it?
No, I think it's just the replay rather than maybe they're not actually like that.
Could be.
So that's probably about 3 seconds lost. If they weren't.
Yeah, right. Well, if everyone's doing it, then everyone loses the same amount of time. Wesley has a turn signal on.
Buddy, you're only turning left.
Yeah, come on, man. Maybe it's a tactic. He's trying to throw people off.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to tell him I'm going right when he's going left.
Those fools. So
Mind
Anderson.
games, I tell you.
So Anderson has to hold on for 7 more minutes. Although he's setting a blazing lap time right now. Currently, a quarter of a second up on his previous fastest. Whereas Stokes is down 0.3. So if we take a look at their lap times, 1:26.6 for Stokes, 1:26.8. So so Anderson has a little bit going for him. Aside from that sexy McLaren 720S GT3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what a pretty car. There's a GIF that's going around the internet of Randy Popes, a touring car driver, just like caressing a Ferrari 812 Superfast. And I could definitely do that for a McLaren 720S. Oh.
You need some alone time.
Oh, what I would do with a McLaren 720S if we were alone. I'd drive it.
The GT3?
Yeah. Or the regular one. I'm not picky.
Oh no, he's closing on some traffic.
Yeah, who is that? It's
Julio
not
Barker.
It's not Navone, is it? Oh, it's Julio Barker. Oh, a little bit unstable.
Come on, Anderson.
Picks up nicely. Yeah, it's Barker. So it's about even between Barker and Anderson and Stokes.
We'll see if that lasts. He has 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
So
Oh, the turn signal makes sense
laps?
now. Probably about 4. Because it's about a minute and a half.
1:26.871, 1 minute 26.847. So he's close to his fastest.
Yeah. That said, his fastest is still 0.2 slower than Wesley. Although he's still up on it, so it looks like the last sector just doesn't treat him that well. Oh nope, he's decided to break his current fastest. Yep, 6:13.
Oh, this makes me want to drive.
Oh yes. Anderson's in a great position here.
Oh, I don't know. It depends how fast Julio gets out of his way.
That's a good point. Although I don't think Julio is too far. No one's really catching up. Well, Anderson's catching Barker about 0.6 a lap.
Javars, and Lamar. Jim Smith.
BYU. Oh yeah, the regular guy at the end.
Yeah, just the most generic name ever.
Probably Mormon. Well, he has to be BYU.
Oh yeah.
So interesting, our timing gap isn't showing up for our leaders.
1 minute 25.8, his fastest lap.
That's a pretty good lap.
Looks like Butler is keeping pace.
Yeah, not getting too far behind. Let's have a look-see. If I can find him. There we go. Yeah, we were seeing this race has just turned out to be just a total cluster of good luck and bad luck and everything in between.
Crashing and everything.
People are getting taken out, and some new drivers, some old faces, of course, but this has been chaos, anarchy.
So, as we know, World War III is starting, so Germany's going to be looking at Poland with sweaty face.
Ooh. I don't know why everyone likes Poland so much.
It's like a German sat-nav that only goes to Poland.
Yeah. I feel like that's a meme.
It is.
What?
It's a Top Gear meme.
Oh, right. I remember now. Guys, you're making it
So
hard.
when Hitler is doing his salute, when he's standing in his car, he's actually giving directions. He's saying,
Oh.
"Take the Third Reich."
God. Oh, man. You physically hurt me. That injured me.
Somebody has to.
It's true. I do like it.
You heard it, everybody. He likes it rough.
No, I said I like it painful. Don't mince my words.
Rough and painful, same thing.
Sometimes. You were right. Butler is making up a little bit of time on you on check.
Looks at their fastest laps. They're pretty similar.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Butler actually 3/10 down on our leader. Yeah. Or I guess up. I don't know. I use up and down interchangeably. Let's see where
Welcome to Top
Verstappen is.
Gear, the world's leading motoring show.
Yeah. So, Christopher Verstappen tracking down Wayne Hutchinson. Not for position, of course, so he's going to get the blue flag, as we see here.
Is that correct? It looks like Navone is a lap down.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Yep.
it's because he hasn't started the lap yet.
Could... Oh, you know, that makes more sense. You're right. But, was he that far behind?
Well, the spirit of
No,
stock
no.
is on.
Hutchinson is currently on the timing. Oh, wait. What's going on here?
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
Wesley just started, and now it's... Yeah, I guess so. It's the lap thing.
So we're looking at Vaughn. Yeah, there's a ton of room between him and Verstappen, so...
Leader on final lap, everybody.
Leader is on the final lap. So that is Murray Iwanchuk crossing the finish line in first place, added to his belt. Meanwhile, one of our somewhat victors in this race, Andrew Anderson, provided he can finish and not wreck himself, which I think should be no problem. Doing very well, making his way up all the way to 4th. I don't recall exactly what he started in, though. And special attention to be drawn to Jack Simpson, one of our newcomers to the series, at least, pulling a very respectable 6th place in his Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evoluzione. The only J name to break the top 10. Between him and Picha, who's right in front of him, that'll be our entire race. So, for the final results, we have first place, Murray Iwanchuk. Then, followed closely by Christoph Verstappen and Ricardo Navone for our podium. The next is Andrew Anderson, Wesley Stokes for our top 5, Jack Simpson, Spencer Samius, Wayne Hutchinson, Kaspari Zigamanis, Javier Perez Torres for our top 10. Julio Young, Julio Barker, Julio Picha, Julio Butler, Zach Julio Hemstrom in 15th, and Max Simons is our last.
I gotta say, kudos to Jay Simpson.
Jack, yeah, did a very good race. Set some very clean, very good laps. Was a little aggressive sometimes, but overall is pretty good, I think. Also, considerable notice to be placed to Zach Hemstrom. Unfortunately, it didn't end up working out because of his pit problems, but had a very respectable session. Made some good laps. Was very clean most of the time as well. So it's always good to see more new blood coming in. Delicious. And posting some good racing. It's always good to see that. So for our championship standings, looks like status quo is roughly maintained up top. Navone, it doesn't appear in my list here. Oh no, yeah, he does. So he got some good points out of that. Andrew Anderson, tying with his previous top finish at 4th place. Yeah, I got a bunch of new names on the roster, so they'll be added, I'm sure, next. Spencer Samius actually having a very good finish, 7th place, versus his previous top 10th, so that's good. And our next round will be at, so that's round 7, will be at Hungaroring, one of my least favorite tracks. I'm not a huge fan. But you know, it doesn't really matter for me. And that will be another 1 hour long single race. That'll be in 2 weeks.
Woohoo!
Woo! So, with that, any closing input, Matt?
Put them all on the wall.
Put them all in the wall. Truer words have never been spoken. Shout out to our wonderful mentor, the Mystery Byron.
All hail Byron.
All hail Byron. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Cole McRae. This is... Oh, and also...
Javaris, Damar, Javaris, and Lamar.
That was it. I was thinking of X-Wing at Deliciousness, but I was like, no, that wasn't me. So, Javaris, and Lamar, signing off.